Hello, and welcome back for another episode of the Accessible Technology Podcast with me as your host, Phoebes Live. This is a podcast where I like to share my thoughts and create a bit of discussion around accessible technology and everyday technology that is accessible for disabled people, which is something that I have had an interest in for ages because I am paralyzed from the neck down, which means that I can't use anything other than my head and use a chopstick or a stylus to use everyday technology when it comes to doing all of that. So if that is something that you are also interested in, you can follow the podcast by searching for it on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and Spotify. However, if you'd like to support the podcast and the content I produce in other ways, you can also support it by going over to the Phoebes Now Buy Me a Coffee page, which is where you will be able to give me a one-time donation, find exclusive episodes that aren't part of the podcast, or check out other products that I will be releasing soon. In this episode, however, you're going to be hearing an episode that is really more of a summary of everything that Apple announced at their WWDC conference in 2022, as I outline as well everything that I think of the announcements that were made. But here's some additional notes about WWDC, however, before I get into this, so you can have some extra details just in case this ever comes up in a quiz or if you ever need to know everything. So the name WWDC is a nickname for Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, which is held every June and takes place over 5 days, now online. It was first held back in the 1980s, and if you haven't followed along with the event before, the event is basically normally a chance for Apple to concentrate on software, but there have been many times when some new hardware could be announced as well, as happened in 2019 when a $6,000 Mac Pro and a $5,000 monitor were launched. And as was the case this year when we witnessed the release of a 15-inch MacBook Air, among the other releases. But now that you know more about the conference, let's get straight into this episode. This installment of iOS will include a redesigned, customizable lock screen as well as improvements to the messages, maps, and home apps, new sharing and personalization capabilities, and more. The new fully customizable lock screen allows users to edit numerous design elements, including type styles, colors, and whether or not you want to include emojis. As well as this, you're also able to create multiple lock screens which we can easily switch between by swiping. The notifications will roll up from the bottom of the screen, but they also come with another new feature to help you groom for your new customized lock screen. Apple now allows its users to hide their notifications, allowing more space for further customizations that you want. Focus has been a big hit since it was released by Apple in 2021, and I've personally found it useful when I've been working. In iOS 16, Apple enhances focus even more, with users now able to tie specific focus modes to your customized lock screens, as well as applying focus filters so that you will get less notifications from distracting apps such as messages, Twitter, Instagram, and calendar. The new version of Messages will now include the ability to edit or delete sent messages, as well as allowing users to mark a message as unread. I know what you're thinking. When are we going to get this on Twitter? As well as this, you'll also be able to send share play sessions, which put simply are links where you can watch and listen to the same content as friends in different locations directly into the Messages app, and these links will be activated straight away. The new dictation experience keeps the keyboard open when speaking, allowing those who use it to use a combination of speech and typing, while also automatically adding punctuations and emojis into your messages, which you can also use with Siri. Also, in the next version of iOS, live text will be expanding to video, allowing users to select the text in plain videos. And as well as that, live text will also be making its way to the Apple Watch, so all the WatchOS users will have an extra way of calling numbers if they need to, or finding out what something translates to. I do find these features with live text interesting, but it would be really good if you could use it when you're in the middle of a video call, and I'm not sure that is going to come anytime soon. But there's also been improvements made in relation to visual lookup, with users now able to pull out subtext and to drive them elsewhere. Numerous features have been added to the Apple Pay and Wallet app, starting with the ability for you to share virtual keys via message. As well as this, Apple also announced their Pay Later service, which allows users to pay for purchases in 4 installments over 6 weeks with 0 interest and no fees. And we're also getting an Apple Pay order tracking feature, which will make it easier to track purchases from retailers. More and more countries and cities have already been added into the Maps app in recent years, which has seen a 2D and 3D design being added, and even more are to be added in the coming months. But adding to Apple's support for multitasking, they're now adding multi-stop routing, which will allow users to plan up to 15 stops ahead of time. When you're planning your journey, you'll be able to start your plans on a Mac and continue them on other iOS devices that you have lying around, as well as having the option to add other stops using Siri. The included transit feature also allows Apple users to see the costs of a journey while you're planning, with transit cards being even heavily integrated into the Wallet app. Sports fans will also be in for a treat because the Apple TV app can now display information about sports games via live activities. Although I wonder if they could get me live coverage of the Spanish football team, especially while they're in the gym. Although Apple has made family sharing and kids accounts easy to manage in the past, they will be introducing a couple of new features. The next version of iOS will include quicker ways to set age-appropriate restrictions, from quick start to screen time requests and messages, a family checklist feature, and more. The new safety check feature will be available in settings and allows its users to quickly turn off the access that others have to your location and information, which will be a welcomed feature for many people. The Home app has been completely redesigned in the next version of iOS, with a new main tab view to see your entire home in one place. As well as this, we are also getting access to new dedicated categories such as climate, security, and more, and distinction tiles which will make accessories more recognizable. But along with all the features in iOS 16 and new updates, Apple also announced the move from the Mac's M1 chip to the M2 chip. The M2 chip features an 18% faster CPU, a 35% more powerful GPU, and a 40% newer engine compared to the M1 chip, supporting up to 24 gigabytes of LPDDR5 unified memory, and featuring 4 performance and 4 efficiency cores. It also supports 100 gigabytes of unified memory bandwidth, which is up by 50% compared to the M1s. As well as all of these features, the M2s also come with a 10-core GPU with 2 more cores compared to the M1. The peak performance is 87% of what you would get from a 12-core PC, and you'll also get an improved media engine that supports 8K, a ProRes video engine to play back streams of 4K and 8K video, Apple's newest security technology, and a new image signal processor that delivers better image noise reduction. The models of M2 Macs that were announced at WWDC were the 13-inch MacBook Air and the 13-inch MacBook Pro, which you're now able to pre-order. So what are my final thoughts on what was announced at WWDC? One is iOS 16, the most accessible yet would do the developers need to try even harder. While I find the customizable lock screen an interesting new feature, Apple will have to make sure that moving the elements you want to add around is easy for everyone to do, even if they are disabled and can only use one finger. Likewise, I feel that the new dictation features were a good thought on paper, but it does raise questions over whether or not physically disabled people could use it as well. But I don't really use dictation, so I can't really comment any further. But as far as all the other features go, I think the next version of iOS is going to be incredibly useful, although it would be useful if Apple could bring back the ability to talk to Siri via a voice command for those who can't double click the side buttons, and the same should apply for when you're trying to pay for or to download an app, as to confirm using Face ID or passcode option was just a lot more accessible than the current confirm using assistive touch. Turning to the M2 MacBooks, however, I think the M2 MacBook Air is going to be extremely popular for production, but I have to admit I would have preferred seeing it released in a bigger size, such as 15 inches. As far as the built-in cameras go, I just don't see how the MacBook Pro that is on offer can compare to the M2 MacBook Air, although I would find it interesting to see what happens as more of them come out and whether or not the M1 actually becomes more popular. Still, at least it's good that Apple has continued to keep the M1 MacBook Air on the market, as it might be a good option for students and anyone struggling under the current economic crises around the world, which in the UK at the minute is a cost of living crisis. The idea of coming out of the COVID pandemic and government ministers misbehaving, although let's admit it, if we're in Northern Ireland, others misbehave more than others. The only other thing I would have preferred seeing with the M1 MacBooks is that I would have loved to see their price fall, but we'll see how everything goes in future. But now that I've finished going through this summary, what did you think about the software that was announced at WWDC22? Have you used any of the software updates? And if you did, which of them did you like or dislike? And what did you like or dislike? If you would like to pass on some of your thoughts, you can include them in a review wherever you're listening to this podcast on, as well as via the contact pages over on my feed's Tech Reviews site, pltechreviews.co.uk, or on my other website, bbloud.com. If you are interested in watching my videos that I have uploaded on accessible technology before and get early access to some of the other episodes that will be coming out. You can find them by searching for PL Tech Reviews on YouTube. But if you would also like to see my accessible tours and reviews, as well as my film, TV, theatre reviews, and political videos, you can find all of them by searching for Phoebe's Slow Journalism on YouTube. And please consider subscribing if you like everything. You can also follow my other podcast, the Phoebe's Now podcast, by searching for it on all of the same destinations as you can listen to this podcast on. But of course, there is also the Phoebe's Journalism Buy Me a Coffee page again, and that's where you'll be able to find some exclusive episodes of this podcast that aren't actually part of it. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to give me a one-time donation. In the next episode, you'll be hearing a review of the Hanlan neck massager, and after that, I'll be bringing you an audio version of an actual article that I wrote when I argue whether or not e-gaming should be counted as an equivalent for disabled sports, and that will then be followed by an audio unboxing and setup and initial first reaction of a 14-inch M1 MacBook Pro that I changed my mind about and bought. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so by searching for @PhoebesLyle, and my Instagram handle is TheRealPhoebesLyle. But as well as that, you can also follow the Phoebes Now Tech Reviews site as well if you have a WordPress account, and also by just subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye!